guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we are doing part 1 of a 3-part episode on star fisheries. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you check out our sponsors in the links in the description and also check out our social media. Today, as you can hopefully hear, I am in Star Fisheries' brand new facility and we're going to be doing a 3-part episode of this facility. We're going to be having a tour of the first fish house, the second fish house, and then we're even going to be selecting some fish for my personal aquarium. So as you can see, or hopefully see, we are in the first fish house and there are multiple different ponds in here. We've got a huge number of varieties. I'm going to be showing you around the systems. We're going to have a close look at some of the varieties, and then in the second part we're going to head over to the second fish house where we've got some slightly larger and more high quality fish. So without further ado, I'm going to take you on a tour around the fish house and then we can check out some individual fish and have a close look at them. I've just come through the door of the first fish house and you'll be able to see behind me we have a huge range of ponds, loads of different fancy goldfish in this facility. We're going to have a little walk around tour of all of the ponds, having a close look at the different varieties and sizes that we have in these tanks or ponds, and then we're going to be having a close look at some of the fish that I can see, maybe some higher quality specimens, and just having a close look at them in the tank. Now, all of the fish in this facility are available to buy. If you want to check out what fish are available, you can head over to the Star Fisheries website, or you can send them an email or even pick up the phone. So first off, let's have a look at what's in this tank. In the first tank, we've got a large selection of Ranchu, we've got some calicos, we've got some red and whites, and maybe some kirins as well. There's a full range of different coloured Ranchu, and as you can see, they're all really hungry and begging for a little bit of food. Now, I would say these are sort of the 2-inch fish, maybe 3-inch fish as well, but we've got a nice little range of fish in here, and we'll probably bowl a few of these up, have a little close look at them, maybe put some in a viewing tank and check them out in a little side view profile. Now, as we head around, we've got some more fish. We've got some nice oranda, as you can see here, and there's going to be so many different varieties you're going to see throughout this facility tour. We've also got some more oranda here. We've got some really nice pandas. Hopefully that'll let me pick them up, but as you can see, we've got some really nice small little panda oranda here, nice metallic colours, nice shape, nice size. We've got a really nice sort of orange and black, nearly tiger, but likely a little tricolour oranda, and these colours may change and develop as the fish get older. You'll also notice at the back of the tanks we have a sort of Cockney Koi style multi-bay filter. The water is pumped up through a centrifugal pump, pumped into the top. I believe we got some foam layers, some alpha grog, and then it's returned back through that 3-inch pipe back into the pond. Now, you also notice the fish are in these floating cages, which helps separate them from their different varieties, sizes and price points. You can see here, looks like we've got some black Ranchu, and we've got some maybe fantails or some long tail oranda as well. We've also got some red caps here, really nice wen growth, especially on these fish at such a young age. We've got some really nice white Ranchu. Hopefully as these develop, they'll get a really nice back curve. You can already see really nice shape to these fish, no kinks or deformities in the back. Really nice head growth starting to develop as well. And then as we head on over, we've got some slightly bigger oranda here, and we've got some fantails, some pompons, some celestial eyes. Just look at the pom-poms on these fish. Never seen one like that, unfortunately. It just escaped me, but hopefully it will come back around. You see we've got some pearl scale cross telescope eyes as well. Really unique fish, nice and interesting, different shapes and sizes, and some nice, generally fish you don't see very often. There's that pom-pom fish. Just look at the little pom-poms on his head. Absolutely comical. We've also got some really large wen growth on these orandas, really big bubbles on these guys' heads, and it's really nice to see at such a young age. I assume these fish aren't going to be that old, as they are quite small in size, but they're probably 3 to 4 inch sort of size. But just look at the wen growth on that. Hopefully I can get the camera to focus. Look at that wen and the lovely white scales as well. Really, really nice quality fish. So now we've had a look at those first 4 ponds, let's head on over to the next ones. So in this pond we've got some really nice Ryukin. There are some even quite large Ryukin. Check out this guy here. Obviously they're really hungry. Really good quality humps to these guys. Doubt they'll let me pick them up, but you never know. Really unique colours. Never seen one like this before. Sort of a white base to it with some black sumi coming through it as well. Really unique colours. Maybe sort of Kirin style. Look at that nice tail as well. Really, really nice quality. And as you can see, there are absolutely hundreds of these fish in this tank. So now as we pan round, we've got some more panda style fish. We've got some celestial eyes, I believe these guys are. Really small size. So as you can see, they do a range of different sized fish. Like we've got some really small bubble eyes here. Some telescope eyes. Lots of range of different style fish to suit all budgets as well. Now we got some nice Ranchu. We've got a range of size of Ranchu here. We've got some red and whites. We've got some sort of tancho styles. We've got this cute little fella here. Look at that Ranchu. Absolutely tiny, probably about 2-3 centimeters, but a really good body shape. Look at the body shape on that. Nice tail, really nice peduncle. Really nice quality fish, and probably quite a low cost fish as well that will be grown onto a really, really nice fish. Now moving on, we've got some black Ranchu, we've got also some pearl scales. Now I have seen some bigger pearl scales that have huge bodies, but we're going to be checking those guys out in the next episode. Looks like we've got some blue Ranchu potentially down the bottom, as well as these blacks. Looks like we've got a crown pearl scale here. Don't think I've seen one of those in person, but just check out the coloration on that. Really nice head growth as well, especially at such a short size, or small size I should say. Really, really nice quality fish. Check out the coloration on that. Huge tail as well. Looks like we've got some more pearl scales in here. And then as we go on, we've got some nice oranda. Oh, these are nice. Some nice panda oranda. Different colours. Just look at these. Probably 3-4 inch fish. Maybe 2-3 inch some of them. But just look at the deep black on that fish. Really, really nice quality. Here's a nice little tricolour. Just check out the cute little red on that head. Really, really nice. And as you can see, they're all very friendly because they want me to feed them. And then over here we've got some slightly larger oranda, slightly bigger fish here. I would say these are probably the 4-inch style fish. That tricolour is really, really unusual going down there. Sorry, the lighting is not the best on the camera, but hopefully you can pick up the colours on these fish. So now I've made it all the way around these tanks. We're going to head over to these tanks here. Check out these fish as well. If there's anything you like in particular, or any style of fish, you can always send them an email or a phone call to see if they've got anything you fancy. Hopefully you can have a little look in one of these filter boxes here, if I can lift the lid on them. Probably quite hard for you to see, but we've got a spray bar here, and then I believe it's going down into some filter foams, and then we've got some alpha grog underneath. Nice, simple, but efficient way to filter the tanks. Lots more oranda in here. We've got some calicos. Now these fish I haven't seen before. They're a sort of a Chiba style oranda with that blue and sort of brownish colour, but I've never seen an oranda like this before. If I try and get one out of the water and have a close look at it, it's got metallic scales, it's got sort of brown and that blue in it, but I've never seen this coloration before. Really interesting and unique. There are so many hidden gems throughout all of these tanks. Looks like we've got some really nice veil tails here. Really nice coloration, deep blues to these. Nice reds, nice tails. Really nice fish from the top. These would look really good in a pond style environment. And then finally we get over here. Looks like we've got some maybe Watanai, some slightly different varieties that I am not too clued up on, but they look similar to sort of fantails and maybe a single tail tamasar, but that sort of style fish, but lots of different colours and sizes as well. That's it for this facility tour. Now I'm just going to bowl up a few standout fish that I can see that I like the look of, some unique colorations, maybe unique varieties. Have a little look at the side profile, just check out them from the side as well, as we've seen all of these fish from the top. So as you can see here, obviously you can't really see my face in the shot, but you can see the fish, which are the main part of the video. I've just bowled up these 4 Ranchu as I thought they're all fairly different. They all had different characteristics about them, and I thought it'd be quite nice to have a little close look at them. Obviously you can see, firstly, we have this calico Ranchu down here. Then we have this red and white. We also have this, I would say, nacreous-based calico Ranchu. And then finally we have another red and white calico, which is or red and white Ranchu, I should say, sorry, which is currently at a tricolour stage. So hopefully I can hold these fish up to the sort of edge of the tank so you can see them. I'm not going to press too hard, I'm just holding them gently just so you can see them. But as you can see on this fish, we've got a really nice curve to the spine. We've got a really nice caudal fin. It has a nice split down the middle. We have our pectoral fins, our anal fins, and our ventral fins as well. We've got really nice head growth to this fish. It's got nice colour deportment throughout the fish. And overall, really nice quality fish. A lovely fish to grow on. As you can see, nice chubby cheeks. Really got the nice wen growth that I would look for at a fish at this size. And this would definitely be a nice fish to grow on. Once this fish reaches 4 or 5 inches, it's going to have a really impressive look in the tank. And these fish aren't too expensive for what they are. For the quality that you're getting at this current age, they're going to grow into some really high quality fish. Now this fish, you can see, is definitely slightly cheaper on the budget end of Ranchu. You can see it doesn't quite have the head growth that the previous fish has. But what's really unique about this fish is it has that nacreous base to it. It almost looks a little bit transparent and see-through, and it's quite a unique style Ranchu. You don't normally see them of this kind of coloration. It has a slightly larger pectoral fin, which in the new style of fish would probably not be as desirable as that previous Ranchu, but it has definitely got some unique characteristics about it. Now I'd say if this Ranchu was to improve slightly, I want a little bit more of a curve in the back. Although the red coloration or orange coloration here towards the peduncle is really vivid, and if the wen growth can come through on this fish, then it would turn into quite a nice tank fish. Not quite as good quality as the calico we saw previously, but overall it has potential of a quite interesting future. Now next up we have this current tricolour Ranchu. Now you may know or you may not know that the black or sumi can change and develop as the fish gets older. Now this fish may eventually turn all red and orange, or that orange may even creep down and it may go into that full metallic orange colour, as this black can be quite unstable. Generally, I have found personally, if you're buying a larger fish or an adult fish, then generally you'll have more stability in that coloration throughout the year, and generally its lifetime it will have more of a stronger sumi or the stronger black coloration throughout its life. But buying them at a smaller size, obviously you're paying a significantly less amount of money, but you're potentially running the risk that that fish may change a little bit. However, it is quite exciting to watch these fish change and see how they develop over time. And I always believe that buying small fish and growing them on yourself is definitely a lot more rewarding than buying a slightly larger fish. We can see that here we've got some really nice wen growth to this fish already at the small size. That wen growth has come into that sort of box shaped head, and it's got a quite nice future ahead of it. Now coming on to this Ranchu here, I would say this is probably my favourite, apart from that calico in the tank that we've got. It's got a really nice sort of tancho or marutan spot on its head. Really nice wen growth as well, pure white skin or shiroji. And the caudal fin has a nice split down the middle. Obviously you see there's a small black mark on it, but that could change as it goes on, and that will likely turn all white. We can see we've got a really nice thick peduncle. Does it have has a double anal fin as well, which is really desirable in a high quality fish. And overall, this is a really high quality fish. Once this fish gets to 5-6 inches, it's going to look really impressive, and you're going to be saving a huge amount of money as well buying a fish at this size, because this is a real high quality fish, especially once it gets to that larger size. So personally, I would say this is probably my favorite fish of the tank, then followed up by this calico. Calicos are my favorite variety, but I would say not quite got the same strength that this fish has. It's got a really nice peduncle here, and overall really good body shape. Thirdly, I would select this Ranchu here. Not quite the same body shape and structure as the previous two, but it does have a nice head growth, has a nice swimming pattern as well. And then fourthly, I would select this Ranchu. So now we've had a close look at some Ranchu, let's take a look at another variety and then we can wrap up the video.
A few moments later.
So next up we have some slightly more, I would say, high quality fish that are going to be a little bit more expensive than those previous Ranchu we had a look at. And as you can see, we have two Ryukin in the tank today. I would say these fish are around the 3 to 4, probably 4-inch size. We've got some really unique colours. Now, you may notice the fish I'm selecting, I'm not picking them for their specific show standards. I'm picking them as a hobbyist. What I like to look for is swimming pattern. Are they swimming nice and gracefully throughout the water? Do they have any buoyancy issues? What is the deportment like on their fins? How are their caudal fins displayed? Do they have nice coloration, nice skin quality, nice pattern as well? There are multiple things I'm looking for. Now, I am definitely no show judge, and I definitely do not know what I'm looking for if I was to grade these fish in a show. However, I'm just giving you this as a hobbyist's perspective. So please do not say I am choosing one fish maybe better than the other, because generally it would not meet the show criteria. I'm just picking them purely on aesthetics and what I would deem as high quality. So first up, as you can see, we have this really nice calico Ryukin. Now, I don't often see calico Ryukin for sale in the UK, especially at this sort of price point. We can say this one has a nice blue base to it. It has a few reflective scales. It has nice ink black sumi to it and a really nice red coloration throughout the body. You also notice it has a nice split tail, double anal fin, all of its fins are intact, and it's got a nice swimming pattern to it. A nice hump behind the head as well, nothing too extreme. Often you can see with these new Thai fish coming in, they can have a really extreme hump, but this fish will definitely have a long lasting life. It's not too compacted, and overall just a really nice high quality fish. Now, as you can see in this fish, it's got that deeper body. This is definitely a higher quality fish. You can see it's got more depth to the body. It has more of a hump. Nothing too extreme again, but it also has a nice split tail. Does this one have a double anal fin? So no, you'll see on this one, it has a single anal fin, which would mean that this one would probably do a little bit better in a show when referring to looking at the anal fins. However, I would say this fish is definitely better in my books, just due to that body structure. Generally in the tank or pond environment, a single anal fin is not really going to come into play, but just looking at this fish, it's got a really nice quality to it. And just looking at the swimming pattern as well, even in the tank, they're swimming around nice and gracefully, and overall really nice quality fish. And I definitely would choose this larger Ryukin over that one. Really unique color. I don't know quite what this coloration is. I would say it's a sort of twist on a Kirin style coloration, but overall really nice looking fish. So that is it for our first episode at Star Fisheries. Probably quite a long episode. I would have loved to bowl up and put loads of these fish in the viewing tank, but we simply don't have enough time in the video to do that. However, I am going to be working with Star Fisheries quite closely in the future, and we will be providing a lot more content to you, especially on their social media pages as well. I won't say too much just for now, but please keep an eye on their social media pages and on the channel, because we're going to be bringing a lot more content, having a lot more close looks at fish, having a close look at their systems, and really getting into more depth on how a shop runs and the different kind of fish that they stock and what you can buy as buyers at home. So that is it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you do have any questions, please leave them down in that comment section below. And if there's any content that you would like to see here at Star Fisheries or in general, please let me know down below. So this is the end of episode 1. I'm going to start filming episode 2, and you will see that out in a few days' time. So as always, thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.